Thomas's arrival. It was a warm summer's evening on the West Somerset Railway, and Thomas the Tank Engine was waiting at Dunster Station. He and Sir Topham Hatt had been invited to visit the railway and were on their way to Minehead for a big welcome. "I can't wait to get to Minehead Station and meet everyone," said Thomas excitedly. "You said you had a friend that worked on this railway, didn't you, sir?" "Yes, Thomas, I have," replied Sir Topham Hatt. "Mr. Peters and I have been friends for a long time, and I'm sure you'll get to meet him once we reach Minehead. And I know he's very keen to finally meet you, especially after I told him how useful you are." "Thank you, sir," puffed Thomas proudly. "Although I do hope my branch line back on Sodor will be all right without me. I'm sure my passengers will miss their regular train rides." "I'm sure your passengers will be fine, Thomas. There's no need to worry about your branch line," chuckled Sir Topham Hatt. "I've arranged for Percy and Toby to look after it while you're away. But he said he'll lend a hand too." Thomas smiled, thinking about his friends back home. "Right then," he continued, "let's get going. We don't want to keep everyone waiting." And with that, Sir Topham Hatt walked down the platform and climbed aboard Annie. "Yes, sir," peeped Thomas. "Minehead, here we come." "I wonder what kind of jobs I'll get to do here," wondered Thomas. "I do hope we get there soon. I can't wait to get started." "Yes, it will be nice to finally arrive," said Annie sleepily. "I don't know about you, Clarabel, but I'm rather looking forward to a nice long rest after our long journey here." "Yes, Annie, it'll be nice to finally rest my wheels for the night. You should get some rest too, Thomas. You don't want to be tired tomorrow, do you?" "But I'm too excited. There's going to be a party tomorrow night to welcome us to the railway, and I want to make a good impression and show everyone that I'm a really useful engine, especially as we've come all this way." "We understand," sympathised Annie. "But as Clarabel said, you don't want to end up being tired and running late on your first day." Despite his excitement, Thomas couldn't help but be tired too. "It sounds like we're not the only ones who need to rest their wheels," laughed Clarabel. "Well, I suppose I am a little tired," he said wearily. "And a good night's rest would be nice before we start work in the morning." The three friends continued their journey towards Minehead, and it wasn't long before they were nearing the station. Thomas's train pulled into the station, he looked around and noticed a smartly dressed man standing on the platform. He wondered if this was Sir Topham Hatt's friend, when the man stepped forward and introduced himself. "Hello, and welcome to the West Somerset Railway. You must be Thomas, the famous tank engine I've heard all about. It's great to finally meet you. My name is Mr. Peter, and I must say it's a pleasure to have you here." "Thank you, sir," puffed Thomas. "I'm excited that we have been given the chance to come and visit your railway, and I can't wait to get started." "That's what I like to hear," said Mr. Peters. "Sir Topham tells me you're a very hard-working engine, so I'm looking forward to working with you and making sure that you and all our visitors have a great time at the party tomorrow night." Just then, Sir Topham Hatt walked up. He greeted his friend warmly and started telling him all about Thomas. "Thomas is one of the most useful engines I know, and I'm sure he'll prove to be a credit to your railway." "That's wonderful to hear," replied Mr. Peters. "I'm sure that Thomas and I will get on splendidly." Mr. Peters smiled and turned to the crowd of passengers. "Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you all to give a warm welcome to our visitors from the island of Sodor, Sir Topham Hatt, Thomas and his loyal coaches Annie and Clarabelle." Everyone clapped and cheered, and Thomas looked on, feeling very proud. But no one noticed that a familiar diesel engine was watching them from afar. The hunt for the missing gifts. Back at Minehead Station, Thomas was waiting at the platform. Soon all his passengers were on board, and he was finally ready to go. "Come on," he puffed to Annie and Clarabelle. "Let's get going and see if we can make up for lost time." But as he was about to leave, he suddenly heard someone shout. "All the gifts for the party are missing!" cried the station master. Once again, Thomas was puzzled. Where did the gifts go? "Don't worry, we'll look for them along the way," said Thomas reassuringly. The station master smiled as Thomas blew his whistle and set off along the line. "Come along, Annie and Clarabelle. We need to keep a lookout for those missing gifts." Get in quickly, please, he whistled. What's that up ahead? We should stop and check, as it could be the missing gifts. That's one of the missing gifts found, said Thomas. But how did it end up here? I know. When we stop at the next station, we can give it to the station master. I'm sure they can look after it whilst we finish our journey. another gift up ahead. Let's stop and collect it. There's the station master. Hello, Thomas. Thanks so much for finding these gifts. It seems that there have been gifts missing from several stations. Do you think you could find any more on your journey? Don't worry. We'll be sure to keep a good lookout and pick up any more that we find.
there's another gift at the side of the track. We need to make sure that we stop and collect it. There's another gift up ahead. I wonder how they ended up by the side of the track. There's the station master. Can you give them the gifts we collected, please?
Thanks for finding these, Thomas. You really are a useful engine.
There's another gift at the side of the line. I do hope there aren't any more, as we don't want the passengers to miss out. Look, there's another gift up ahead. Let's stop and collect it. I do hope all these extra stops aren't going to make us even later. Perhaps if that's the last gift, we can try to make up for some lost time before we reach the next station.
As Thomas approached Watchet Station, he saw that Mr. Peters was standing on the platform. He was talking to the station master about the missing gifts, and Thomas was worried he might be in trouble for being late. But Mr. Peters wasn't cross. He was pleased.
Ah, Thomas, I'm glad you're here. I wanted to tell you that I've spoken with the station masters, and they've all told me what a great job you've been doing.
Thomas was very relieved.
Thank you, sir, he said. I'm just glad to help.
You've certainly proved yourself to be a really helpful engine by finding all the missing gifts, continued Mr. Peters.
Don't worry, I'll see to it that they arrive in time for the party tonight. In the meantime, why don't you rest here for a while? I'm sure the passengers won't mind. Oh, yes, a short rest would be nice. Thank you, sir.
That settles it then, smiled Mr. Peters.
Before you arrived, I was telling the station master about a big fireworks display we're having tonight to celebrate your visit. The fireworks have been loaded into some trucks that are waiting at Willerton Station. Do you think you could collect them and take them to the display ground later on?
Yes, sir, puffed Thomas proudly.
A fireworks display sounds wonderful, and all those loud noises and bright colours will be marvellous for the celebration. I can't wait.
Mr. Peters laughed. I'm glad you're looking forward to it, he said.
We still have lots to do before we're ready for the party to begin, so I'll see you later, Thomas. And with that, Mr. Peters headed off to make preparations for the event, and Thomas waited at the platform, enjoying his rest. Thomas's special day. Early one morning, Thomas the tank engine was waiting outside his shed at Minehead Station. He was very excited, as today was his birthday, and he was looking forward to the big celebration happening that afternoon. He was admiring the station decorations when Sir Topham Hatt arrived.
Good morning, Thomas, smiled Sir Topham Hatt, and happy birthday. I hope you like all the decorations that we've put up. We were worried you might have woken up early and spoilt the surprise.
Thank you, sir, puffed Thomas happily. They all look wonderful. I couldn't think of better decorations to celebrate my birthday.
Sir Topham Hatt smiled. I'm very pleased to hear that, Thomas. Just then, Diesel rolled into the station. Diesel, good morning, said Sir Topham Hatt. I've got a very important job for you.
An important job for me, sir? Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, said Diesel eagerly.
I need you to go and collect the furniture, more decorations and plates for the party. I've arranged for them to be loaded into the trucks, so they should be ready and waiting for you when you arrive.
OK, sir. I won't let you down. I promise to do my best.
And with that, Diesel hurried away to complete his important job.
Thomas watched Diesel go and then looked back at the brightly coloured decorations. Suddenly, an idea flew into his firebox. As it's my birthday, sir, do you think I could have a new coat of paint?
Well, of course you can, Thomas, smiled Sir Topham Hatt. I'm sure they've got some blue paint in the workshop.
Actually, sir, I was thinking of a different colour.
Well then, what colour did you have in mind?
Just you wait and see, sir.
Thomas grinned and rolled back into the shed. A little while later, the doors reopened and Thomas emerged, a very different looking engine. Sir Topham Hatt grinned. I haven't seen you painted in those colours in a very long time, Thomas. You look just like you did when you first arrived on Sodor. It only seems right that you should wear your original colours for your special day.
Thank you, sir. I thought you would like it. and I'm sure that the passengers will enjoy seeing them too.
I'm sure they will, replied Sir Topham Hatt. Now then, are you ready to get started with your work? We still need to make sure that everyone gets to the party on time.
Yes, sir, puffed Thomas. We'll get going straight away.
That's a good engine, smiled Sir Topham Hatt. Off you go then, and I'll see you at the party. And with that, Sir Topham Hatt turned and walked away.
Come on, you two, said Thomas to Annie and Clarabel. We've got to get to the station and collect all the people going to the party. aboard for the party. It looks like everyone is on board now, Thomas. OK, Annie, let's get going. We don't want to be late.
It wasn't long before the three friends reached Blue Anchor Station. Thomas looked around in delight at all the brightly coloured decorations that covered the station. Just then Sir Topham Hatt and Mr. Peters walked up to him. Hello, Thomas, and happy birthday.
Good morning, Mr. Peters. Thank you.
I do like your new paintwork, continued Mr. Peters. A special paint job for a very special engine. Thomas smiled, feeling very proud. I'm not sure if Sir Topham has already told you, but we've got one more special surprise in store for you, smiled Mr. Peters.
Oh, thank you, sir. What is it?
Both Mr. Peters and Sir Topham had chuckled. You'll have to wait and see, said Sir Topham Hatt. But we do need you to go and collect it once Diesel arrives with the rest of the supplies for the party. Thomas was very excited and began imagining all the different things his surprise might be.
I do hope Diesel arrives back soon, puffed Thomas excitedly. I can't wait to see what my surprise is going to be.